So hopefully you've managed to have a go at those questions in the Key Skills booklet. So let's go through the answers so we can see how well we've done. So firstly, a star lies exactly on an observer's western horizon. So therefore we know the star's off in the west. We need to determine the azimuth and altitude of the star. So again, if we think of our compass points using north as 0 degrees, we know it's all the way around to west. So that's going to be 270 degrees for the azimuth to go all the way around. And we know the altitude, well, it says it's on the horizon. So if it's on the horizon, there's our horizon, and there's our zenith, it's going to be 0 degrees. Question 2, a star lies exactly on an observer's southwest horizon. So again, if we think about our compass points, north, east, south and west, we know that southwest is going to be halfway between south and west. So this would be 180 degrees, and this is 270 degrees. So halfway between those will be 225 degrees for the azimuth. And again, it's on the horizon, so the altitude will be 0 degrees. Okay, in this question it says that the star lies at an angle of 40 degrees above an observer's northeast horizon. So again, for the azimuth, I'll only draw out the north and east. So we know that this is 0 degrees and this is 90 degrees. And we know it's northeast, which will be halfway between 0 and 90. So an azimuth of 45 degrees. And the altitude is quite simple. So there's our horizon and zenith. It's telling us that it lies at an angle of 40 degrees above the northeastern horizon. So that's where the star would be. And so that, of course, is the same as the altitude. So it would be 40 degrees. Okay, so a student observes Polaris from a latitude of 39 degrees north. To the nearest degree, determine the horizontal coordinates of Polaris. Now this on the first hand seems a little bit trickier because we're not given a direction. However, we know that we're looking at Polaris. If we're looking at Polaris, Polaris obviously being the North Star, the azimuth will be the north, so 0 degrees. And for the altitude, well, it's only telling us the latitude, which is 39 degrees north. But we know that the latitude of Polaris equals your altitude. So if the latitude is 39 degrees north, then we also know that the altitude must also be 39 degrees. This is a really common trick that we see in exam questions, so make sure you're looking out for it. And finally, we've got this question here with our clinometer. So it tells us the star has an azimuth of 225 degrees and the kilometer below has been used to determine its altitude. Give the altitude of the star and the direction that you would need to face to observe it. Okay, so again, remembering we don't just use the bottom here, that's used to make sure it's level. We will determine its altitude by the degree from the horizontal. Obviously much better if you've got a ruler to go horizontally across there, but I can see that that's passing through 40 degrees. So this angle between the horizon and the star is 40 degrees, so my altitude is 40 degrees. And which direction will I need to face? Well, it has an azimuth of 225. So again, thinking about our compass points, we know they've got 0, 90, 180 and 270. So we know that 225 is going to be somewhere in the middle here. In fact, it would be completely in the middle. So we know that the direction that we would need to face is halfway between south and west, which is the direction southwest. So hopefully you're feeling confident and you can use the horizontal coordinate system.